welcome back to For the Record. Today we are reacting to one of my top 3 most anticipated albums of the year. It's of course JID's 4th studio album, God Does Like Ugly. This is, I'd say, probably my second most anticipated project that's coming out this year, right behind Sam Fender's People Watching and right in front of Quedeca's Vanisher Horizon Scraper, which I just did a reaction to. Go watch it if you want to hear my opinion about that album. This album only had one single. It did have a pre-lux, which was pretty good, but the one single was Work, which I'm gonna be honest wasn't my favorite JID song right off the bat, although it was stuck in my head all the time. But I don't know, it didn't hit me as hard as some of the singles for Forever Sorry, which is one of my favorite rap albums ever made. It probably is my favorite rap album ever made. Or modern rap album ever made, we'll say that. I say we just jump right into this album. The first song is called You Ugly with Westside Gunn. This is gonna be great. Westside Gunn is usually a pretty good feature, so let's give it a listen.
Look into the light from a dark place. Had plans, told God he left in my face.
So we had Westside Gunn doing his usual thing. Some out-of-pocket lyrics, but what else can you expect from Westside Gunn? Great ad-libs from him too, really set the atmosphere well, I think. Although I will say, there's ad-libs in it that reminded me so much of Tyler, the Creator. There's kind of low growls. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's something that I hear a lot in Tyler's music. So I don't know, I would assume that was also Westside Gunn doing the ad-libs. Could have been JID, I don't know, could have been an outside source, I have no idea. We had a really great beat switch in this song. JID is no stranger to a good beat switch. He's been doing it for years. It's kind of a staple in a lot of his songs. I really like this song. I think it sets a good tone. I think it's a great opening track, and I just can't wait to hear the rest of the songs. Speaking of, the next song is Glory. This is just a JID song. No features on this song. So let's give it a listen.
You know the sad route. The key is getting to the game and then cash out. The buddy got the swerving in the lane and then crashed out.
I think that song was really, really good as well. Again, JID is someone who hasn't really ever disappointed me. I mean, there's a few songs off previous albums that I don't really go back to, but not because I don't like them, just because I like other songs better. One thing that I did want to talk about really quickly was JID often talks about religion a lot, obviously. It's probably a big influence in his life. I mean, the title is God Does Like Ugly, so obviously he's going to be talking about God in some way. I am not a religious person at all, but I don't discriminate against people who believe or don't believe or whatever. But sometimes the things that he says I don't necessarily immediately pick up on because I'm not religious. A lot of people who are not religious have a lot of things against religious music. I don't have a preference. If it's good music, I'll listen to it, okay? I said this once and I'll say it again. A good church choir will get me believing in Jesus for a few minutes, okay? But I don't know. Some of the things he said didn't really pick up on immediately, but I know after a few listens, I'll understand what he's saying. You know what I mean? This next song is the first and only single. It's Work. I've heard it, but let's listen to it again.
Alright, hold up a minute and look in these niggas' eyes, boy, they gotta be sick and tired. I showed them I do it like it was an exercise, and I did it like...
That's the first time that I've heard that song in a few weeks, because I remember even on my first listen, my initial thoughts were, oh, I don't love it the way that I love his older stuff. And I was already excited for this album, but I don't know, this single kind of, I don't want to say let me down, but it didn't really live up to my expectations of what I thought a single should be, because it doesn't pack a hard punch the way that Surround Sound did, or Dance Now. Was Dance Now a single, or was it just a good song on the album? I can't remember if Dance Now was a single, but it didn't really punch as hard as I wanted it to. But listening to it now, I do realize that it is a good song, and I don't really know what I was thinking back on my first listen, or even my listens after that. I think I'll have to give it a few more listens, at least within the context of this full project, to form a full opinion on it. But for now, it's kind of it's not top of my list of my favorite JID songs, but it's also not the bottom. You know what I mean? This next song is Community, and it features clips, and I'm so beyond excited to hear this. It's 4 minutes and 25 seconds, which I feel like is a good length. So let's jump right into Community.
I'll put a bullet in Bob the fucking builder before they try and kick us out the building. What about the children?
That might be one of my features of the year, on a rap song at least. The person who holds the top spot now is actually JID on Bodies with Offset. I think that song is absolutely incredible. I listen to it daily. And then one of my other features of the year is actually Tyler the Creator on POV, which is off the Clips album. Pusha T has been one of my like 4 favorite rappers. I've always said I'd put him on my Mount Rushmore of rappers if I could, and I have. But it would be JID, Pusha T, Schoolboy Q, and Vince Staples. Spoiler alert, Vince Staples is on this project, which is super sick. I'm so excited to hear that song. This song, it feels like a lot like, I don't know if heavier is the right word, but it feels more like, kind of like dark. Like, it feels darker than a lot of JID's other songs. It feels like a Clip song, right? It has like this kind of like sense of impending doom. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but JID often, his songs are like a little bit more upbeat, or they have like, they're like a higher key, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not a I don't make music. I don't know the technical terms of everything. I just describe how it sounds to me and how it makes me feel. It's so crazy because as of right now, Let God Sort Him Out by Clips is my rap album of the year. I think it's so cool I can get to hear a blend of JID and Clips together in one song, because I can already tell you right now, this will be one of my albums of the year, if not my rap album of the year. It might surpass Clips, but we'll have to see. This next song is GZ. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. G's? I don't know. Very excited. This is another solo JID song. So, let's give it a listen.
We thugged out, gangsta, gangsta, everybody bugged out, armed and dangerous, drank.
Again, with the ad-libs that sound like another rapper, at the background, like ad-libs in this song, sound like 21 Savage. And again, I know a lot of rappers will use ad-libs from other people. Tyler the Creator does it with Baby Keem sometimes, which is very interesting. So I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know, like, I feel like if he was gonna get ad-libs, he might as well just have gotten a rap verse. So I don't know if it was him doing the ad-libs that just sound like 21, because I feel like it wouldn't be that difficult. I don't know, I feel like 21 Savage's ad-libs especially wouldn't be the most difficult thing to reproduce. But I think that might be one of my favorite songs off of this project. It might be my favorite. I don't know. I'd probably say Community with Clips. This is my favorite solo JID song on this project. I will say that. This song is great. The background beat actually reminded me a lot of his older music, like pre-Forever Story music. Specifically Never Story. It reminded me a lot of Never Story beats. It was really good though. This next song is VCRs. This has Vince Staples in it. Let's give it a listen. I'm very excited.
Busy saying to ride his mind, I hope
Niggas gonna be fine.
But why wine, this shit get better with time. See the movies now, rewind.
Staples is like flawless, at least in my eyes. I absolutely adore him. I love that man. He had my rap album of the year last year actually, which was Dark Times. I still listen to that album like weekly. I was gonna say daily, but that would have been a bit of a hyperbole. But there's songs I still listen to from it to this day. Like, it's so beyond good, and he is an artist that gets better over time. This feature actually was pre-announced. Is that a word? Pre-announced? It was announced before his album came out at one of JID's live shows that he did. Someone asked like, who's a feature on this album? He said Vince, and then I saw that clip and I was like, oh my god, like, I'm so beyond excited. 2 of my favorite rappers on the same song. It's gonna be amazing. It is amazing. I adore it. I love it. I love, love, love Vince. I love, love, love JID. Oh, I just love them. I just do. This next song is called Skate. It has Sierra and it has Earth Gang. Let's give it a listen.
We never been to Skate Town. Auto National, you know we go down.
JID and Earth Gang have like uncomparable chemistry in the rap industry. Like, Earth Gang and JID have been making music since the beginning of their careers, right? They started together in college, I think. Don't get me wrong, I think that's the story. I think they like met in college and then started doing that together, and then they got signed to Dreamville, and then they did Spillage Village. So they've been with each other since literally the beginning of their careers. Obviously, through that, they've grown, they've gotten better over time, and so has their songs together. I believe Earth Gang has been a part of every JID project. Or actually, no, I don't think they were on DiCaprio 2. They were on Never Story, they were on Division, and they were for sure on Forever Story because they were on Can't Punk Me. If they were on a song from DiCaprio 2, I can't think of it right now, I can't remember, but I don't think they were. This song, absolutely incredible. I don't listen to Sierra's music. I actually don't really know who that is, to be quite honest. I know she's like well respected in the industry. That's awesome. That's so sick. I think she's an R&B artist. I don't really listen to a ton of R&B. And if I do, it's like usually not female R&B. I know I gotta get into that more. Maybe that's something I'll give a listen to later on. I think the dance, you know that one that people do on TikTok? It's not too, I can't think of the song. I can't think of what it's called, and I can't think of what the dance is called, but it's like, I feel like it would, like the at night, I think of you. You know the dance that I'm thinking about. I feel like that dance would go along with this beat really well. This is a more upbeat song from what I think of when I think of JID, but hey, I'm not complaining. This is also like top 3 right now for me. This next song is the middle song on the album. It's called What We On. It features Don Toliver. So let's give it a listen.
What you be on, I see you driving me on. You know it cause we on. I'm so happy to see you. I know you.
It is JD's and Don Toliver's first song together, and let me say, did not disappoint. I didn't know how they would go together. Like, I didn't know how their voices would sound together. They sounded pretty good, actually. Obviously, Don Toliver has a very, very specific sound with a very, very specific auto-tune that he uses. And I didn't know if JD would also be using that on this. He didn't really have, like that. I don't know. Don Toliver has like a very robotic sounding voice sometimes, like T-Pain does in the same sense. And so I didn't know if JD would also be using that kind of tone. The song was really good. It's not my favorite feature so far, although I do absolutely love Don Toliver. He's sick. Also, one thing I want to say, I don't know who's doing the deep voice in this. I don't know if it's JD or Don Toliver. I don't know, but I do enjoy it a lot. Like, this is a good song, don't get me wrong. It's just not my favorite feature because we have features from Pusha T and Vince Staples, who are better artists, in my opinion, than Don Toliver. This next song is Wholeheartedly, which features Ty Dolla $ign and Black. Let's give it a listen.
Us, me, loyalty, love me,
Ty Dolla $ign isn't someone who I listen to ever. I don't even think I could name one song. Actually, no. Does he sing it? Is LA his song? If it is, that's such a good song. I watched a breakdown of that song, and that's how I know it, but that's the only song I know by him. But Black, on the other hand, one of my favorite artists of all time. One of my favorite songs of all time is actually Decatur, which is off of Since I'm a Lover. That album, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so beyond good. JD and Black have made so many songs together. It's kind of like the Earth Gang situation again, where they've been making music for so long, and their bond through the music has just gotten better. This song, the way that JID specifically is singing it reminds me a lot of The Never Story. I said one of the beats reminded me of The Never Story. The way he's singing this reminds me of The Never Story. It reminds me of like Hereditary or All Bad. I adore that song. I mean, again, JD and Black have such a good chemistry. They have a ton of songs together too. I mean, again, they're part of Spillage Village. JID, I don't think has been featured on a Black album. At least not that I can remember. Black has been on, I think, Never Story. And, oh yeah, he was on 8701. Great song. And he was on DiCaprio 2, but he was not on Forever Story, which is kind of disappointing to me. But anyway, that's besides the point. Black was also on Lisa, which is part of the Prelux for this album. And I kind of thought that because he was on the Prelux, he wasn't going to be on the album, but I am surprised, I guess. And I love this song. JID did say that there's gonna be more singing on this album, or like not more, but like better singing. He has been taking vocal lessons. He said that even before the Forever Story came out, that he was trying to become a better singer, a better vocalist. And you can definitely hear the improvement that he's made. So it's great. This next song is called No Boo with Jessie Reyez. Let's give it a listen.
Get a little buzz, you go beyond and infinity.
Shut up, babe, don't ruin the moment. Aren't you
I think that may have been my least favorite song that I've heard so far. I'm not someone who's a big fan of Jessie Reyez. I do find her voice kind of hard to listen to. Sometimes this song isn't as bad as like some of her other songs. Someone that I tend to gravitate more towards and listen to more often that makes a similar kind of music to Jessie Reyez is Kalani. I don't know, I feel like I compare those two a lot, and I'd rather listen to Kalani than Jessie Reyez, but I do think this song is good. I like their chemistry on this song. And then at the end, we have them speaking Spanish together, which is pretty cool. Obviously, didn't understand what they're saying because I speak one language and I can barely speak that one. So that's super sick. But yeah, I don't know. I think because Jessie Reyez isn't an artist that I like necessarily, I don't really like this song a lot. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I do assume it will grow on me over time, like most songs do. But I know it's not gonna be one that I like look for specifically a lot. You know what I mean? This is the interlude. It's called And We Vibin'. It's 41 seconds. Not gonna be much to it probably, but let's listen.
Long day, put the smoke in my face. Bending over, baby, stroking away.
Just like the title says, it is a vibe. I do prefer when interludes are like little snippets of songs, or I don't love when they're like skits. You can make the argument that it like adds to the album. I always skip them no matter what. I don't want to hear people talking when I listen to music, because I listen to music to hear them sing, to hear the instruments. I don't listen to it to hear them talk. If I wanted to hear people talk, I'd put on a podcast. So that is my favorite type of interlude. It was a cute little vibe. I did like it. This next song is called On McAfee. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I assume it's like a street or something. It says Baby Kia in it. Let's give it a listen. This is a pretty short song actually. It's 2:50, so let's hear it.
Lil dog with a bite in the bark. A nice heart niggas abuse and turn to dark.
I have no idea who Baby Kia is. I honestly thought he was a woman when I first saw the name. Turns out it is not a woman. He is a man who has a very interesting sound, kind of like growly, but also like hyper. I don't know. It's an interesting sound. I do enjoy it. There's a part in this song that when I hear it, it reminds me of another song, but I can't pin down what song it is. I think it's a song with Earth Gang, or like an Earth Gang song, but the only Earth Gang song I can think of right now is Water Boys, and I don't think it's that one. It also could be Wells Fargo, which is a Dreamville song, but I can't pin down the specific song, and it's kind of annoying me right now. But if I think of it as I'm editing, I'll add it in. I'll like put the title of a song. I love that song. It's great. I'm kind of vibing. We only have a few songs left, so I say we just get into the next one. It's called Off Blue. This is JID and Mirba. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say her name. I once heard it in an interview and I forget how she said it. But let's give this song a listen anyway.
All I wanted was some money since the snotty nose. All the niggas that I know with dough left the hood and didn't tell us I.
Again, like Black and Earth Gang, Mirba, I don't know how to say her name, I'm so sorry, is also part of Spillage Village. So they've been collaborating for such a long time and they have so many songs together. Like All Bad, which I mentioned previously, one of my favorite JID songs, at least one of my favorite like laid back JID songs. They also have Sandstorm, which is like a fan favorite, kind of an underground-ish kind of song that people love a lot. She wasn't really in this song, she was only in the like beginning for a little bit. And then it was mostly JID. But I like the song. It's pretty good actually. Also, one cool thing to note, Thundercat did the bass on that song, and I think he's done some other instrumentation on some of the other songs. If I'm not mistaken, I know for sure he was on that song though. This is the second last song. It's called K-Word. It features Pastor Troy, which I don't know if it's an artist or like an actual pastor. So let's give it a listen.
I threw my arm around the karma, bitch, you crazy.
After a very quick Google search and hearing the song, Pastor Troy is not an actual pastor, he is a rapper, but he was popular before I was even born, so that's probably why I wasn't super familiar with him. I think this was a great song. The violin, or whatever stringed instrument was used in this song, was absolutely stunning. And again, it kind of, every time that I hear like violin, it's something that I've been picking up on a lot more, especially since the Quadeca album, which has beautiful, beautiful stringed instruments in it. But it kind of has like an eerie feeling to it, which reminds me of like the song with Clips. I think it was Community, I think that's what it was called. It has that same kind of feeling. Also, the background vocals also give me like a spooky kind of energy. This was a really, really good song. This is the final song of the album. It's called For Keeps. It is 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's listen to it.
My heart was sure, the art was pure. I'm talking back when we was packing out the department store, but of course.
JID is someone who absolutely knows how to close out an album. This song is no different, although I don't think it's as good as 2007. 2007 is one of the best songs ever made in my opinion, and 2007 is like the story of his entire life, where I feel like this one is just kind of his music career and his outlook on that from the beginning up until now. 2007 is like perfect. I don't even know how to describe it other than perfect. It's so good. It's such a good, intricate story. This one is too. It just a shorter period of time that he covered. But I absolutely love, love, love this song. Incredible. So, my final thoughts on God Does Like Ugly by JID. One of my most anticipated projects of this year. 100% lived up to, even surpassed my expectations of what I was thinking it would be and hoping that it would be. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely beautiful project. Sure, there are a few songs here and there that I don't love, like Work or Nobu with Jesse Reyes. That's fine. There's a few songs off of each of his projects that I don't go back to as much as the other ones. But that's not, I'm not saying that they're bad, I'm saying that they're not as good as the other songs. You know what I mean? Like top 3 songs for me as of right now, first listen. I'm going to be super biased with my picks right now. I'm going to say Community because it has Pusha T on it. I'm going to say VCRs because it has Vince on it. I'm also going to say GZs or GZ. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that title. And then I'm also going to say Skate with Earth Gang and Sierra. And I'm also going to say Wholeheartedly with Ty Dolla $ign Black. That was 5 songs, I think. So top 5 for me. I hope this project gets nominated for a Grammy because he was absolutely snubbed in the 2022 Grammy Awards. I think that's when Never Story came out. He should have won that. That's one of the best albums I've ever heard in my entire life. So I hope we get to see him get his flowers this year. I 100% would recommend this album to anybody who wants to listen to it. If you've already listened to it, go listen to it again. If you haven't, go listen to it the first time. If you love JID as much as I do, go listen to it. If you don't know who JID is, go listen to it. You'll love him then. You know what I mean? Like, he's so good. And for those who haven't heard, go listen to The Forever Story. That literally, I think, is my favorite rap album ever made. At least, like, modern rap, we'll say that. That is it for me for today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me your opinions on this album down below. Tell me if you agree with me, disagree with me, indifferent, I don't know. But like, comment, subscribe, all those fun things, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye for now, guys.